Hello, it's Alex, the Bookubus, or for the purposes of GarbAugust, the Boob anus. Today I am going to be sharing with you my GarbAugust TBR. If you aren't already familiar with GarbAugust, it is a month-long readathon and now watchathon created by the wonderful CriminOlly. I will leave his channel linked below along with all of the other amazing co-hosts. There is a huge bunch of people involved in this, so please do go check out the links in the description below. You might find some channels you aren't already familiar with, so yeah, lots of awesome people here and I'm looking forward to joining in with GarbAugust again. This is a celebration of trash, and we generally mean trash in a loving way, and trash can be interpreted in different ways, but generally something that is maybe purely for entertainment purposes only, something that's cashing in on some kind of trend or panic of the time. Like I said, there are plenty of other co-hosts and everyone has put out lots of videos, some of them diving into particular areas of trash, so you might want to check those out for ideas or inspiration. And last year I did share a video going into some paperbacks from hell recommendations, so if you're looking for some vintage horror to add to your GarbAugust TBR, then I got you. I will leave a link to that in the description below as well if you want to go take a watch. Yes, I am recycling, get it? Recycling, because it's like rubbish. I'm recycling an outfit from another GarbAugust video a couple of years ago. Here we are, it's fine. It's also super hot right now, but I'd committed, so I'm just gonna do this. We're gonna get through this as quickly as possible before I melt. So I have a stack of books here, and yeah, some of them fit the weekly prompts. Honestly, mostly I just picked books that I wanted to read and that I thought were more trashy than not. And yeah, some of them fit the prompts, so it worked out okay. The first week of GarbAugust, the prompt is anything goes. So I've got a stack of trashy books, so I'm already winning. Week 2 is category romance or men's adventure, and for that I have some of the Witches books by James Darke, and this is a series that came out in the 80s. It is, I guess, men's adventure, but it also has like a horror element to it as well, but essentially it's one guy, we're following his adventures, so yeah, men's adventure, I guess. This is set in the UK during the era of witch finders and witch trials and all sorts of horrible things that happened relating to that. And our main character is out for revenge against a witch finder because of something horrible that he did. There are 8 books in total in the series, and I've read the first 5 and really enjoyed them. They're all like pretty short, quick reads, but yeah, lots of great characters and yeah, just wonderful vibes. So I'm definitely hoping to pick up the next book, number 6, which is The Killing. If I have time, I might just finish the series off. We've also got book 7, The Feud, and book 8, The Plague. So yeah, excited to get back onto this journey. The prompt for week 3 is sex and/or violence, so I picked up a few that should fit the bill. We've got a James Herbert book, The Rats. I'm hoping this will at least tick the violence, if not the sex as well. And yeah, I have read a few James Herbert books and enjoyed them, but I have not yet read the classic, The Rats, so I feel like this would be a great time to do so. Another British horror icon, we've got a bit of Sean Hudson. This is Relics, and this one sounds super gnarly. Yeah, pretty sure this is going to be filled with both sex and violence, and I'm here for it, and I'm hoping to buddy read this with a friend, so hopefully we will have a good time with this. The start of the premise says, when a hidden chamber filled with the skulls of children is discovered by an archaeological dig, the discovery triggers a series of murders in which the victims are horrifically mutilated. So, sounds amazing. And I've also got The Possession of Jessica Young by Russ Martin. I'm pretty sure this is going to be leaning in towards the sex aspect. I'm not sure how violent it is, but maybe it's that too. I haven't read any Russ Martin before, but I am looking forward to doing so. And yeah, this is described as an extraordinary sensual novel of vast and organised evil. So yeah, let's go. And week 4's prompt is a novelisation or a book that was turned into a 70s or 80s miniseries. I've got a novelisation and I've decided to go with Scanners, the novelisation of the amazing David Cronenberg film. This is written by Leon Whiteson. And yeah, I love Scanners, I love Cronenberg. I'm excited to read a novelisation of one of his films. So yeah, Scanners, the mind force, their thoughts can kill. 10 seconds, excruciating pain. 15 seconds, arrested breathing. 20 seconds, brain fire. And last up, I'm not sure these actually fit the prompts, but I guess they would work for anything goes. So I guess I should have showed them at the beginning, but here we are. I decided to throw in a couple of point horror books because, you know, I feel they're somewhat trashy. And this is actually a duology, Vampire's Love by Janice Harrell. We've got, or Harrell, I'm not sure. We've got book 1, Blood Curse, and book 2, Blood Spell. So if you hadn't guessed, this is a vampire story. And I think vampires is one of the bingo board squares, so hopefully I can tick this one off. And last but definitely not least is GarbAugust, the anthology of trash. I have a story in this. It's in the adults only section. If that's not enough to make you want to buy this, then I can't help you. But I wrote a very silly story and it actually got accepted. So I am so excited that someone might read it. And I hope whoever does has a good time with it. I am really looking forward to reading all of the other stories in this anthology. Some of my fellow BookTube friends have stories in here, so yeah, just really looking forward to diving into this trashy goodness. You can pre-order a copy of the ebook already. I will leave a link below for that. I think paperback copies won't be available until August 1st, but yeah, you can buy them at that point via the same link. I know Olly at CriminOlly and Troy Tradup have both put a lot of work into making this happen. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to checking it out and I really hope some of you will as well. So that's my TBR. I also wanted to mention my host recommendations because that is one of the bingo board prompts. You might want to, yeah, check out a host rec. So my book recommendation is Gimme a Kiss by Christopher Pike. This is, yeah, 90s YA thriller trash craziness. It's a good one, trust me. And my movie rec is Friday the 13th Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. One of my favourites of the franchise. It's just a ton of fun. So yeah, if you read or watch those, enjoy. And speaking of movies, that is one of the additional elements to this year's GarbAugust. You can watch movies as well as read books, or instead of, if you wish. So yeah, the bingo board prompts, etc. work for both. So I just wanted to mention a few films that I hope to get to during the month. First up, the Police Academy series. I haven't seen any of these for years, but I thought it would be fun to revisit them. I might be making a terrible mistake, but hopefully it will be a fun time. I was thinking after reading The Rats by James Herbert, I might check out the film adaptation of that, which is called Deadly Eyes. It came out in the 80s, so that's bound to be amazing. I always have a ton of trashy horror films in my to-be watch list, so I might try and knock out some of those. There are some of the films I had on my old school April watch list that I didn't get to in April, so hopefully I can get to some of those. One of which in particular that I'm bumping up the list is Robo War, which is an Italian 80s film that is a rip-off of both RoboCop and Predator, which sounds incredible. So very excited for that. And a random one that I recently acquired on VHS because my husband and I went to a friend's movie night and he did a little raffle to give away some like trashy videotapes. And one of them is a film I hadn't heard of before. It's called Sunset Heat. I should have grabbed the VHS to prove I owned it, but I didn't in my haste to get to filming. But anyway, it stars Dennis Hopper and Adam Ant. Like what? Apparently it was a like direct to video kind of situation, and it has 14 reviews on Letterboxd. So somewhat obscure. I don't even care what it's about. I think it's, you know, some terrible action thing. But I'm gonna give it a go. So we'll see what else I can fit into the month, but those are some, you know, high priority titles. I mean, obviously. So I think that's about it for this video, just kind of a short and sweet one before I melt in the bin bag. So yeah, do let me know if you are going to be joining in with GarbAugust. I would love to hear about what you're going to be reading and watching. I think it's going to be such a good time. Thank you ever so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully I will see you again in my next video. Bye.